Good morning.
Thank you.
It's good to have you join us.
Good to be with you. Good morning.
Every election cycle, we see these persons come out to say, you know what, we want to form a political party, we want to register, and INEC gives them a go-ahead. But after that, it fizzles away. We do not necessarily hear anything about them. Is this a sign of a growing democracy? Because, of course, elections are a part of what a democracy is supposed to be about. Yes. But are these signs that we are growing, or this is just a politics, people trying to have their own pound of the flesh or eat their own share of the cake?
Well, it's good to lay some form of foundation before I answer that question. Why do people aggregate to register political parties, and why do they not continue? One, the Constitution allows for freedom of association.
Absolutely.
So, etched on that, people can come together and say, we want to form a political party, just like some people can come together and form a company, limited liability company. Then with that, recall that there was an issue sometime when INEC refused to register more political parties, and late Chief Ganifa Amy of the blessed memory went to court, and the matter went up to Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that based on the provision of the Constitution under the Freedom Charter, you cannot deny people from aggregating and forming an association. So people now utilize that opportunity to form all manner of associations and then come to register as a political party. But then there is also a proviso in the Electoral Act and more in INEC guidelines that any party that does not win election, that means that party is not supported or liked by the people, and that party will be deregistered. And that was why sometime around before 2019 election, we had about 91 political parties. It was so unwieldy and so challenging. But after the 2019 election, INEC pruned it down to 18. By 2020, about 73 political parties were deregistered. Now, that is what we are running with for now. Now, people have started gathering again, to register more political parties. It is a sign of democratic freedom that people have, that people enjoy. Freedom to associate, freedom to register political parties, and freedom to run as a political party and the contest the election. But it's also a sign of lack of ideology in the Nigerian political space. Because if you have ideological leanings, what are we doing with 110 political parties? When we had 91, it was so terrible for us to manage. Even later it came to 24 and now 18. It is still not uhuru in management, because every political party was come on the ballot paper. And what I expected INEC to do is to raise the bar. And if it is easy to just register, some political parties are inside the portfolio of the promoters. They have no office, they have no address, they have no spread. And then you begin to call them national party. You can't be answering a national party when you are only in the portfolio of one man or two or of his cronies. That's not what's true. So what we expect INEC to do is to raise the bar so that it makes it a little, not to make it stringent, but to make it to be easy for people who are serious, but not easy for people who just want to register a political party for the sake of...
Can you expatiate on that? How can INEC go about it?
The guideline of INEC for registration of political parties should include the fact that you must have
24 states.
Not only issue of 24 states, that is there, which is two-thirds majority of the country, but you must have offices in those places. INEC should physically inspect them. That is one. And then you must have a certain number of people that are coming together to do so. Because what we experience is that once there are few people, they claim to be the representatives of the rest. They claim to be representatives of the rest. Of course, in an executive capacity, you cannot have more than maybe 10 to 15 people. But does it mean that in a population of over 200 million people, once 10, 15 people come together, they claim to be representing the rest, and you then register them as political party? Because that what it means is that every 4 years we now run through this route until after the next election, before you know the parties that are not liked or not even wanted, or the parties that could not even win a councillorship seat. the INEC election is conducted from presidency down to House of Assembly. So any political party that does not win a seat in any state House of Assembly obviously should be deregistered.